I'll start with the identification tag on the side. Here you find the manufacturer, date it was manufactured, your VIN number, gross weights, tire sizes and pressures. Down below is the tire chart. And the yellow, you have your VIN number and cargo weights. Up front, you have your battery. These aren't maintenance-free batteries. You may have to add water to them at some point. If you're not going to be using your unit for quite a while, I would disconnect it. There is a little power drain coming from the stereo and carbon monoxide detector. And for winter, I would put it somewhere warm. Underneath, your spare tire is mounted. I do believe it's the same size of wheel nuts as your wheels, but you do need a deep socket for them. Two 20-pound propane tanks up front. Selector in the middle. The little arrow points to which tank is going to be feeding. On and off for the light and up and down here. Your breakaway here. One thing to note with these is if your battery's hooked up, if the key gets pulled out, it does activate your brakes, and if it's left like that for an extended period of time, it can do damage. It'll most definitely kill your battery, and it can do damage to your brakes too. So just kind of keep an eye, make sure that stays in. Front cubby here. Stabilizer, just stabilizer in all four corners of this unit. One thing to note with these stabilizers, they're not meant for leveling. You can't lift the camper with them. They're good for just cranking down, putting pressure on the ground so your trailer doesn't rock. But as far as trying to level, you can't be done. If you try to put too much pressure on them, they just bend. You have your freshwater tank fill here, and the drain outlet is there, the white handle out there. Your slide there. And behind your slide, this is the plug for your shore cord. That's a 30 amp. Underneath that is your city water connect. If you're at a campground and you have water right at your campground, you can just hook up your garden hose into there. A couple inputs, TV cable, satellite hookups. Those are inputs going into the trailer. Your black tank flush here. If you are going to be using your flush, just be for sure that you have the black tank valve open, or else it just fills up your tank and it can be a mess. Your spray port here, there's a little blue hose that with a quick coupler and a garden nozzle on it for that. See that later. Some low point drains here. After you do your winterization, you can crack those valves. It'll just drain the last little bit of water out. Your sewer dump there. You got your gray handle there for your gray water and black for your black. Got a tie down here, another stabilizer jack, and your sewer hose bumper. This unit doesn't have a ladder at the back, but I do recommend inspecting your roof once a year to make sure everything looks good, no rips or tears or crack vents. It does have a backup camera, and the head unit will be inside. An entrance door at the back, and your bunk bed at the back will fold up, and we'll show you that when we get inside. Another tie down back here. An outside kitchen, mini fridge, sink, and grill. This pulls out. There, 2-burner stove. Your propane line is hooked up already, and it just hooks up underneath right there. This is the vent for in behind your fridge. All the controls are on the inside, so there's no reason to go in behind there. And the hot water heater underneath, it's propane and 110 electric. All the controls are on the inside. The only thing that you really need to know here, and it's very important, is your plug here for your drain. And when you do your winterization, just make sure that's drained. Big boo-boo if not. Your wheels, these little caps pull off. There's grease nipples in behind there. Not a bad idea to grease your wheel bearings once or twice a year. I'll give her a few shots. If you are putting lots of miles on, I do recommend getting them repacked. Intake and exhaust for your furnace. Just don't store anything in front of there, it'll be melted. Power outlet here, and cable hookup. So this is the output. If you were to mount a TV, put a TV out here, that's where you'd hook it up. You have your stairway and your entrance door. A couple outside speakers, and vent for your range. And these are little flappers. They have little clips that you can clip them down so it can open. If you want to be using it for venting, you got to open it up. Power awning, and there's your shore cord, crank for your stabilizer jacks. It does come with a socket. If you'd rather use a cordless drill for your stabilizers, you can. And this is the hose for the spray port here, garden hose, and on it. So I think that's about it for